is TOS Television, your digital-first Pan-African news network. I am Abigail Okwade, and this is Africa Now. Opposition parties in South Africa are vexed over the election of a recently fired ex-defense minister as Speaker of the National Assembly on Thursday. Zimbabwe, Mapisa Nkwakula was removed as defense minister this month during a cabinet reshuffle that followed a spree of deadly unrest and looting in parts of the country. The ex-minister had come under fire for her perceived incompetence in responding to the violence and for contradicting President Cyril Ramaphosa's claim that the event had been a pre-planned insurrection. Members of parliament chose her in a secret ballot with 199 out of 298 votes. Now to COVID-19 updates. The European Commission says it had reached a temporary agreement with South Africa to use a plant there to bottle Johnson & Johnson COVID-19 vaccines that are being imported into the EU. Recently, health activists slammed Johnson & Johnson for exporting vaccines produced in South Africa to countries in Europe, which have already immunized large members of their people and have even donated vaccines to more needy countries. Addressing a news conference on Thursday, Matshidiso Moeti, WHO Regional Director for Africa, says the arrangement was presumably part of the investment in the development and production of vaccines in Africa. Beginning today, South Africa will begin COVID-19 vaccinations for 18 to 35-year-olds, the government in a statement says, as it tries to ramp up its immunization drive. The country aims to have given at least one dose of COVID-19 vaccine to 35 million of its people by December, compared to roughly 7.7 million now. The country has recorded the most coronavirus infection and deaths on the African continent, but it has so far only fully vaccinated less than 8% of its population of 60 million. And to other health matters, the World Health Organization warns that on top of the COVID-19 pandemic, West Africa is facing new outbreaks of the viral hemorrhagic fevers, Marburg and Ebola, risking huge strains on ill-equipped health systems. Matshidiso Moeti, WHO Regional Director for Africa, told the news conference on Thursday that the new outbreaks show the multitude of challenges governments are facing in parallel with the COVID-19 pandemic. WHO data shows that West Africa in the past month recorded the highest number of COVID-19 deaths since the pandemic began. Police in Zimbabwe say they have arrested a 26-year-old man and the parents of a 15-year-old girl he is accused of raping in an illegal marriage and who later died while giving birth. The death of Anna Machaya, reportedly at a church shrine in the eastern region of Marenge last month, has sparked outrage in Zimbabwe. Her parents are accused of obstructing justice by trying to conceal her real age from the police. They are also accused of pledging their 9-year-old daughter to Hatirarimi following Hannah's death. In a landmark judgment in 2016, Zimbabwe's constitutional court banned marriages for boys and girls under the age of 18. However, the practice has continued. This is your digital-first Pan-African news network, TOS Television. You are watching Africa Now. More stories coming your way after the break. Do stay tuned. Welcome back. In line with the prerogative of mercy powers vested on the Zambian president in the constitution, outgoing President Edgar Lungu pardoned 60 inmates, including those who were serving cases of defaming him. Others pardoned include lactating mothers, pregnant women, the old and the terminally ill, among others. He has further lifted suspensions of prison officials who were suspended for engaging in politics. Now moving on to security, at least 2 people have been killed and 5 others wounded after a suicide bomber on Thursday detonated an explosive device inside a cafe in Somalia's capital Mogadishu, police and witnesses say. The early evening attack, which sent debris flying outside, killed 2 members of the security forces and injured 5 people, says a traffic policeman who was at the scene. Al-Shabaab, an Al-Qaeda-linked group fighting to overthrow Somalia's internationally backed government, claimed responsibility for the attack. Meanwhile, head of the United Nations Office of Counterterrorism, Vladimir Vodkov, says a global response is urgently needed to support the efforts of African countries and regional organizations to counter terrorism and address its interplay with conflict, organized crime, governance, and development gaps. He told the Security Council in a briefing that the most alarming developments in the counter-terrorism arena over the past 6 months have been the spread of the Islamic State in Africa, with spillover from Mali into Burkina Faso and Niger, incursions from Nigeria into Niger, Chad and Cameroon, and from Mozambique into Tanzania. Now, Tunisia's Interior Minister on Thursday appointed 9 senior officials, including a new intelligence chief, days after the country's president, Kais Saied, said there had been attempts to infiltrate the ministry that he would not allow to succeed. This comes after Saied was on Wednesday reported to have appointed a new Director General of National Security and a commander of the National Guard. And in sports, Zimbabwe has been granted the right to host the 2021 ICC Women's Cricket World Cup qualifiers from November 21 to December 5th. The qualifiers is a 10-team tournament which will determine 3 qualifiers for the ICC Women's Cricket World Cup 2022, which will be held in New Zealand from March 4 to April 3rd. And that is it on Africa Now. For more updates, do visit our website at www.costvnetwork.com. Follow us and like our social media handles on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And remember to subscribe on YouTube. To stay with us and enjoy more programs on TOS Television Network. I am Abigail Okwade. Thanks for watching.